let's talk a bit about bonding and insurance and why, what that is and why it's so important. So again, when it comes to development, when it comes to working with our contractors, proper bonding, I should say, and insurance are non-negotiables to reduce risk and ensure project security. So what is the difference, Calvin? If I could start with you, what's the difference between bonding and insurance?
Um, Honestly, I wouldn't be able to give you the most educated answer, but I feel like the bonding is it makes sure that you're going to get what you're paying for essentially, or if they don't end up performing, you can get some money back to help cover that what they haven't done for you. And then insurance is more like accidental situations. Somebody runs through a wall. You have some insurance to cover that, to pay for that. That's the
Excellent.
best way I could explain it.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Emmanuel, anything to add?
Yeah, he pretty much says all, like, in a layman's terms, I would say the bonding is it's very important, especially when you're doing substantial rehabs where you're doing a lot of demolitions and a lot of construction. In some cases, or if you're doing TLC, painting, changing cabinet floorings, and just basic stuff, most likely you don't need that. But when you're doing a total gut and you're doing multi-unit properties or really large size properties, yes, you definitely need bonding just to protect yourself, just in case. You never know. Even with the best contractors, things could go wrong.
And so, how does one ensure or double check that their contractors are correctly bonded? And then we'll talk about the insurance piece in just a moment. But how does one make sure that their contractors are affected or bonded?
Oh, I would say, when they send you the documents, you can actually verify. You have ability to actually reach out to these bonds. And also with the insurance as well. Sometimes, or most times, I would say if you have a substantial rehab that you're doing, you definitely want them to list your property as part of the beneficial of that insurance or their certificates, just to make sure, like, it's not just being generalized, but it's actually specified for that particular project.
Awesome. So, is there ever a time? This is a bit of a trick question, but it's not that tricky. Is there ever a time that developers should work with or not worry about bonding or insurance?
Yes, like I just said, I mean, for insurance, I would say yes, you definitely need it. Um, I'm not talking about small contractors. I'm talking about a GC who's actually taking control of your entire project. Yes, you need that insurance because there could be damages, there could be flood. There's so many things that could happen as a result of what the contractor is doing. And yes, it's very important to make sure that you have them. But if it's TLC, like I said, just painting, because some properties that is not in Baltimore, in other areas, they don't really require a lot of projects. It could just be carpet that you changing. It could be painting and changing the plumbing fixtures and stuff like that. You wouldn't worry about the insurance like that.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's go to our licensing piece related to our contractors and what we need to know related to licensing. And so, understanding, licensing is the key to hiring qualified professionals and protecting your project. Calvin, Emmanuel, give us anything that our listeners need to know related to licensing and making sure your contractor is licensed.
Well, I'll say you want to ask for their number, whatever their licensing number is, and look it up and make sure that it's current.
Yeah, I think it's very important to note that their license is current. You know, if they have a license, you look it up, then it's going to show that they're the owner of the license. But is it active or inactive? You want to make sure that it's active. And yes, it's very important because if it's not active, it's going to be really hard for you to go after them, if they do anything wrong.
Exactly, yeah. And that's really the most important part you can hold a contractor liable when you have their, their license number. If they don't perform, if they do work that's incorrect, you can, go to court or whatever it is, and you're able to pull them in because you have their licensing information, or you have the license information.
Also, I would say it's very easy to look up this license. It's public knowledge. You can just go on the MHIC website and look it up. It doesn't matter, as long as it's their number. You receive the number, you receive the name of their company or the name of the contractor itself. That's also very important, regardless if someone just provide you an MHIC license of a particular company. It's very important for you to look it up, because sometimes a lot of contractors use other contractors' licenses. You want to be able to verify that this is the person that owns this license. It's not just because you look it up and it said active and you see it's up to date, doesn't mean they should be using it. You want to make sure that that is their license.
And so, I'm sorry, go ahead, Calvin.
No, I was going to say, and just talking about the subs, you want to make sure that your contractor uses licensed subs as well. The great thing about Maryland in general, Baltimore specifically, is that the various trades have to pull their own permits, and they have to be licensed and registered with Baltimore City to pull their license. Pull the permit. So it's a way for us to know that they're a licensed professional doing the work. And then, of course, we have inspections and things like that. So you want to make sure that the subs are licensed as well.